All right.
Okay, there it is.
Uh,
Beautiful.
yeah. Um, so I don't know. Do you want to intro this episode?
No, you got the intros.
Okay. Well, all right. So welcome to the Dcom debate. This is episode 2, sort of, where Nick and I are going to be actually making the bracket, which is like inadvertently also making like the episode list. Um, so I mean, in front of us, we have all 32 movies that we decided on last week that are the best of the best, essentially. Um, so I guess how I mean, I don't know how you wanted to kind of do this. Um, because like I know that there's a couple that we know like already kind of like what movies we want to sort of face off against each other. Um, but I do
Yeah,
think that order for these is going to be kind of important because like as like you and I were saying, the other day that maybe like True Confessions probably shouldn't be one of like the first episodes we do. Um,
yeah, that makes sense. I guess. Do you think we should make the bracket first? So just like get some good pairings up, and then decide who's going to be taking on which movie, or should we do that draft thing like you're suggesting, or like you were suggesting one day? What do you think?
well, I mean, I think that it should probably be bracket first, and then like from there we'll kind of decide like which movies we're gonna like duke it out for because like if we both want like the same movie and then
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure it's going to happen where we'll be
oh yeah,
debating ones that we're not actually for, but we'll just
yeah,
be doing it for the sake of the debate.
yeah, which is where anyone that does watch this, that's where like you guys are going to have to sort of chime in when the debates actually happen because you guys need to let us know like you know who's who's
What's
winning.
what's
Yeah,
going to be the top decom? What's
yeah.
what's the top decom of all
So
time?
yeah,
Uh,
so I
Going
guess.
back to after hearing some stuff, it sounds like we're very age group because Lemonade Mouth had another vote in outside. But we're I mean,
Really?
our list is set, but I just want to give an extra shout out to Lemonade Mouth. And maybe in the future we can check that one out on its own.
Oh yeah, I mean, if you look at the list of just how many DComs have come out, like I mean, we could do a whole second bracket, honestly,
Yeah, no, for
with
sure.
this. So, who knows? Depending on how well, all this does, who knows how long this will go. But I do think that we should pick what the first debate we are going to do is, what the first actual episode of the debate is. And I kind of have an idea as to what I think it should be. But I,
Right on. Yeah, no, let's hear
well, I kind of spoiled it, I guess, yesterday when I sent you the little clip. But I think the first episode, the first debate, should be the Jet Jackson movie versus Wendy Wu, Homecoming Warrior. I think that would just be super fun. They're both kind of like kids action movies. I think they both have like one thing that I'm sort of thinking when we kind of put together these matches these debates is like these movies have to be similar in some way, because especially as we get to like the second round and the third round, like some of these episodes are going to be kind of ridiculous. Like the movies that we're going to be arguing for are going to be really
Hey,
silly.
but what it comes down to is I mean, what we're arguing is just the best decom.
Oh yeah.
So at the end of the day, they all do fall under decom. So we'll have that guide to at least
Oh
you
yeah,
know
for
get
sure.
us there. But I do, yeah, we should theme it out for the first. So I say yeah, go for it. Make that the first bracket. I say, should we just like as we go along, like just pick which one we're taking as we're doing it? I say we might as well. Like, I
Well, okay, yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that you and I don't have to aren't debating too much. I know at certain ones there's
we
gonna be like we're probably gonna be fighting over it.
we might a little. We'll kind of go back and forth for this one. Let's just say for this one right off the bat, I'll take Wendy Wu. I think
Okay.
you would you want Jet Jackson out
Yeah.
of the two?
Yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
so I'll take one. I'll take Wendy Wu on this one.
Okay.
All right, now bracket number two. What do we got
Bracket
for
number
bracket number
two.
two?
So episode two, basically.
Yes.
What what are you feel? What are two movies that you kind of want to see? A
Well,
se-
we can get like the Halloween themed ones out right away. I'd be down with that.
okay,
At least one of the because we're probably gonna do two Halloween ones if I'm not mistaken.
I think so. Yeah,
Yeah, because we got
we'll
both
still.
Halloween towns. Maybe yeah, maybe even there might even be more than that. But yeah, so should we have the Halloween towns go against each other or should we mix them up?
I think we should mix them up just because, and I don't want us to say which one yet, but I do think one of the Halloween Town movies is infinitely better than another one. I don't want to say which one yet because I do think that'll be really fun when we get to it. But I think for now the Halloween Town movie should kind of face the other ones, the other two horror movies,
Okay.
scary movies that we have up
Okay.
here.
Well, we do have Don't Look Under the we have actually
Oh, the
five
three.
altogether, I think,
Yeah.
now that I'm thinking about it, because we had Don't Look Under the Bed as well. But
Yeah.
that's like that could be in a whole
That's gonna be a weird.
friggin' category on its own, dude. Aside from the
Yeah.
horror Halloween. I don't even know if it's Halloween. It's just a
Just a scary
decom
movie.
horror. Um, but yeah, so
So what do you want to face against Halloween Town?
the original Halloween Town, I would I would say either Under Wraps or um Mom's Got a Date with the Vampire. But I think I would lean towards Mom's Got a Date with the Vampire out of the
Okay.
two.
I can do that. And I think are you a big fan of Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire or not really?
I'm cool with it. I can go with either one on this one.
Yeah, I mean,
I like
so I
them.
guess
I like them both.
yeah, I'll leave that up to you. Which one, if you had to lean more to which one, which would you rather uh argue?
I think I'd probably argue Halloween Town on this one.
Okay.
I think. Although you know what though, the thing is though is I think I would rather argue for Under Wraps. So if we're each going to take a Halloween Town, I'm
I
not sure if that could
I
be
well, I guess I'm gonna spoil it because I would rather argue for Halloween Town too.
then okay, then Halloween Town
Yeah,
than the original one. All
yeah.
right.
So with that, then, are you saying that you want Halloween Town 2 to go up against Under Wraps?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's do that.
I can do that. Um,
I like that.
so okay, and that works too because so if you're arguing for Halloween Town and then I'm arguing for Mom's Got a Date with the Vampire, and then I'm arguing for Halloween Town 2 and then Under Wraps, it'll be interesting to see if both Halloween towns make it to like the second round, or if they or if they don't. I'm actually kind of curious.
All right, all right. Yeah, I'm gonna push for Under Wraps. I'm a big Under Wraps fan, but I like Halloween Town too. So don't get me
Mm.
wrong. But but Under Wraps,
Under Wraps is really
is
good.
top tier Halloween Dcom. All right, so let's see what do we got. What do we got coming up here next?
Um, I guess. Well, let's try and figure out what we can put against Don't Look Under the Bed. 'Cause that's gonna be a tough one. Um, we need like one more like scary movie. Um,
I think it's probably just gonna have to be a random one. We're gonna have to get a little random with it.
I'm kind of thinking that maybe it should be. This is gonna be really weird, but maybe it should be the Even Stevens movie. Just because I don't know what other movies could actually. It's similar to Don't Look Under the Bed. I don't really know what other movies can kind of are in like the same lane as like the Even Stevens movie.
Yeah, they're both at least bizarre.
Yeah, very bizarre.
Just to say the very least. Um, I think I'm cool with that. I'm gonna take the Even Stevens movie though.
That's fine. I think it would be hilarious to see you try and argue for Don't Look Under the Bed. I would love to see that. I like that would be so funny to me.
It could happen by the end of this, but I don't think it's beating Even Stevens. But
I don't know.
we'll
I
see
mean,
though. It's
I will fight for it because it is a good. It's a movie that I really like. I love Don't Look Under the Bed.
well, I'm gonna watch it again before we do that debate, so I can really get the deets on why it's not good.
Okay, so next is okay, so that's all the scary movies. Um,
All right, how how do you feel? Do you like the Paper Brigade? Would you argue for that one?
ooh, depends on what you would want it to go up against.
Do you think you would do Paper Brigade versus Punks? I
Oh,
think those are pretty in line,
that would be interesting. Yeah, I would totally fight for Paper Brigade. Wow, I can't talk right now. Um, yeah, I would totally argue for
They're,
that. Okay, so
they're
Paper
both kind of
Brigade.
classics, similar ideas. Like you got your little
Yeah, dude. And
group
then
of kids.
especially because, and I mean this will be a big argument for me in the episode already, is that Paper Brigade has fucking Robert England. So, you
That's
know,
and Punks has all the cameos that I'm looking at in there with Henry Winkler, you know, Randy Quaid.
that's gonna be
We got
so much fun.
Jessica Alba, young Jessica Alba. Get out of town.
Okay, so next, um, I'm thinking I'm Brink and either Johnny Tsunami or Motocrossed.
I can't see one of those going out in the first round. That's the thing. Johnny Tsunami or Brink.
Oh yeah,
Uh,
I know, right? Like those are intense, and I feel like either of
but
those movies you and I would like fight to the like those are
but
probably
this
going to be like our longer
but
episodes.
the thing is though, at the same time, it's like, do we want to do motocross against something like I feel like it would like to like make sure that we like have a passionate battle for something like that. Maybe we should just get them out of the way off the bat. Do a Johnny Tsunami Brink. I'd let you take it. I'd let you take whichever one you wanted on that one.
Oh my god.
I'd let you take whichever one.
It's like choosing between like my children.
That's why I'm okay with it. I feel comfortable arguing for
Oh,
both of those. Both
shit.
both
Um,
great movies. I've seen Brink more recently.
I
It's been
think
a long time since I've seen Johnny Tsunami.
yeah, I think I'm gonna. Oh god, this is so difficult, but I do think I'm gonna say Johnny Tsunami just because I think Johnny Tsunami is actually a better movie.
Just,
Um,
just
and Johnny Tsunami has the the famous Jet Jackson in it. So
there's a lot of cameos in Brink as well.
yeah,
We can
Brink is
that's stacked.
you trying to argue against Brink. I'm gonna feel so bad about myself.
But I love Brink though, dude. I do.
I do
I
too.
think I would be happy to argue for Brink.
Brink is a great movie. Um, Soul Skater. Yeah, it's so good. That's
Dude,
I'm just
Nanya,
excited
dude.
for the
Nanya. Nanya business.
All right. So next, I think that um Double Teamed and Full Court Miracle should
Okay, the basketball movies.
yeah.
I
And
mean,
then
High School Musical is basketball as well, but
yeah. But I just me personally, I just really want to fight for a Full Court Miracle. That's like
and you want me to try to argue that scene that you sent me?
yeah, man. Yeah,
I'm
man.
in.
I want you to
I'll do
try
it.
and I want you to try and argue that
I'll
fucking
do it.
movie against Jewish kids.
I don't remember if Double Team was good at all. It's actually a pretty funny. That's kind of funny.
Oh my god.
The
I
whole
mean I
thing's just
remember it was like it was really popular when it came out and Full Court Miracle was not very popular. But um
I think it'll be a good match.
yeah,
I think it'll be
I
a good match.
I love Full Court Miracle.
You got
Um
what, twins, too tall,
two
too
tall
tall.
blonde white chicks, yeah. Um
Speaking of, we got to do motocross as well.
okay. So well, okay. Um why not just do the other two basketball movies then? Which this is going to be a really interesting matchup. Um, how do you feel about High School Musical versus Luck of the Irish?
Oh, I know I'm gonna have to argue for High School Musical. You know what? I can argue against Luck of the Irish. As much as I like the movie, I can argue against it too.
Dude, oh my god. Okay, that's good because I fucking hate High School Musical.
I figured you wouldn't take that one, but I will take that one actually. That's an easy one to argue for. All I have to do is say box office.
Yeah, I know.
No, no, but honestly though, against Luck of the Irish, I don't know. I don't know if High School Musical even stands a chance.
I don't know. This is again people that watch anyone that watches this like your opinions are really going to matter um on these episodes of who wins.
Yeah, I
So,
mean that's what it all comes down to. You got to get us your votes in once we start.
mhm.
We'll have a figured out voting system by our first episode.
Yeah.
I mean, really, anyway, we can tally it up. We'll get
Yeah.
the votes in. We'll count them.
So next, um, hmm, what do you, what do you want to go against 13th year?
You wish something about them seems like they can match up.
That'll be. Also, was Dave Coulier the dad in 13th Year?
Oh my god. If he is, that's a blast from the past. I'll have to see. I know we already mentioned that he's in Even Steven.
Yeah,
If he's the dad and
I feel like Dave Coulier is the dad in 13th Year. I can argue for either of these movies. So which one would you rather argue for?
they're both pretty fuzzy to me. So I'd kind of be okay with either one. I think I would probably go with 13th Year, but at the same time,
That's fine.
they're pretty on par for me. So you know,
That's fine. I will happily argue for You Wish. That's a really I really like You Wish. So
right on. I got all this in my notes too right now. We're writing this
um
down. Got the ones I'm
uh,
going for.
yeah. So
Okay.
next, um, you know what? Fuck it. This will be episode 10. We might as well just get that really sad, controversial episode out of the way.
Get the controversy out the way. Do it.
I assume I'm gonna fight for True Confessions and you're gonna fight for Color of Friendship.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
Okay.
I don't have much memory of True Confessions. I have a little more memory of Color of Friendship, but
I hardly remember Color of Friendship other than what the subject matter was. Um, so okay, this list is kind of winding down now. We're almost there.
all right.
What's going
So
up against Quint?
mm, maybe going to the mat. The only reason I say that is because I feel like those are probably the two um the least the two heaviest of the rest of the films, I think. I think those both touch in a little more
Dramatic
serious.
stuff.
Yeah, but other than that, I couldn't really
I can
think of any other reason to go to do that.
I can get with
Okay.
that. I was kind of thinking. I was kind of thinking maybe Quint and I was thinking maybe Quint and Motocrossed.
That's I'm fine with that too. I mean,
The only reason why is because I feel like going to the mat and the other me.
oh, you get the Lawrence brother
You
thing
get the
going on
Eddie
there.
Lawrence movies, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm cool with that. So Quince and motocross.
Yeah.
Do you
Uh,
have a preference in that one?
um, shit. Honestly, I barely remember either of these movies, so that's on you.
I remember motocross a little more. I'd take motocross in this one.
Okay, I'll argue for Quince. And Quince, yeah, Quince is stars Marnie from the Halloween Town movies.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Um,
So
some light.
here's an interesting idea I've been seeing. I've sort of seen play out on this list. Um, what do you think about having the Xenons go up against the jumping ship and horse sense? So you have like the first Xenon against horse sense, and then Xenon 2 against jumping ship.
Oh, okay. Okay, I
Would
like
you?
that. I really like that.
Okay. Yeah, I just saw it kind of playing out on the screen, and I'm like, you know, I don't know how we're gonna wrap up the rest of these movies. So
Dude,
that's
those are gonna be intense episodes. I can tell you that much because I feel like you are very passionate about the Xenon movies, and I am very passionate about hair
okay.
studs and
So
jumping ship.
you already know that I'm taking
Oh
on the
yeah,
Xenon movies. Okay. Okay.
yeah, and you already know that I am going to argue for these Lawrence Brothers movies because yeah, they're so good.
Oh, me too. I mean, after rewatching these, I can suggest that Xenons they might be like they might come down to some of my favorites at the end. I mean, you get
Mhm.
Protozoa,
Yeah, that is
you get
true.
Protozoa, dude. I can argue for Protozoa all day. Supernova Girl,
That is
boom,
true.
boom, boom, make my heart go. You know that song.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Make my heart
I
go
mean
boom,
shit, dude,
boom.
the
That's
zoom thing became it got turned into like a commercial, like a car commercial. Like
the the zoom zoom, make my
yeah,
heart go
like
boom
it
boom
became
by
like a
Supernova
song.
Girl.
Like it became really popular and it's like whenever I heard the commercials and like the zoom thing, I was like, "Wait, this was from Xenon. Like what is this?" Um yeah. So, um
He was awesome. Did you ever play? Just thinking of this, did you play the DCom? Ever play like? Did you ever go on like the Disney Channel website and play like the games that were based off the movies and stuff?
Um,
Yeah.
sometimes I would normally go to Nickelodeon.com a
They
lot
had
of
the
times.
good. They had the better games, but Disney
Yeah.
had some good ones too. They had the good. There was one specifically with Protozoa that I remember,
I want to
but
say, I think it was, oh my God, we're really tapping into like the deep recesses of my memory here, but I don't know which website it was, whether it was Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon. I, I'm pretty sure it wasn't Disney Channel, but there was one game where you were like some like teenager or whatever, and you were dropping water balloons on people as they walked by.
sounds very
You
familiar.
remember this
But
game? It was
it
like,
sounds familiar, but
and like if like you hit people, they would look up and like yell at you, and then just keep walking. And it was just, I don't know
uh,
why that popped into my head, but um,
yeah, they just had I don't know those games were something to look forward to.
oh hell yeah, they were fun. I mean, I do remember some of them, like um,
I remember one with the Jet Jackson thing where
mhm,
it was like the movie, but it was like it was almost like a Tetris type
yeah.
thing. It was very simple gameplay of something. Had to do with a fire, some kind of fireball. I don't know. Sheesh. Sheesh.
um, all right, so what are we thinking next? We only have two, four, six.
So we said the other me and going to the mat.
Yeah. Um, and that's tough because that's another one that's kind of like fighting between my two children because I love both of these movies. So you're gonna have to pick which one you would rather.
I'll I'll take going to the mat because as I can barely remember this one at all, but you kind of described the plot to me and it sounds interesting.
It's really
Um,
good. I love going to the mat. That's gonna be a tough one to argue against. That's for sure. So I feel like I feel like one episode makes a lot of sense and another one doesn't. I feel like Smart House versus Pixel Perfect makes a lot of sense, but Cadet Kelly up and
um,
away is like what the fuck?
my initial thought was Smart House and Up and Away, and then Cadet Kelly and Pixel Perfect. But I do see what you're saying with Pixel Perfect and Smart House.
Hmm.
That's a very um, that almost seems too too good to be true. Um,
I will say though, in the course of these four movies, the one that I want to argue the least is Pixel Perfect.
I think so myself, but at the same time, though, I'll take that. Whichever one that well, I don't want to argue that against. See, that's the thing. I would argue that against Cadet Kelly. I wouldn't argue it against Smart House or Up and Away.
Okay, well, in that case, then let's do Pixel Perfect versus Cadet Kelly, and then Smart House and Up and Away are very like quintessential DComs.
They're
Um,
classics.
yeah, they're like very classic DComs, so I could see that being a more of a like a debate on just like their merits as movies, as opposed to like something like Jet Jackson and Wendy Wu, which are kind of like similar vibes, similar sort of movies. Um,
S- So that
so,
was so I'll take Pixel Perfect on that one.
all right, and then I'll happily take Cadet Kelly because I love that movie and I love Hilary Duff, so that works.
You know, yeah, I have to say, I Cadet Kelly was one that like it kind of slipped on me. I was never too stoked on it, so I actually think I did like Pixel Perfect more in my first viewing of them.
See, I remember like not being the biggest fan of Pixel Perfect, so.
I liked Phil from Phil the Future.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love Phil. He's awesome. But the movie itself, I was just kind of like, this is very much like Weird Science, but for little
Uh,
kids.
ew.
It kind of was, wasn't it?
I guess so. Yeah, now that you say it, but I mean, he was a band member. But he does. Do
I'm
they
pretty
do
sure they
kind of
like
have a little
kind of
romance, don't
yeah.
they? Interesting. But I'm still okay with that. So then we just need to figure out who's doing Smart House and who's doing Up and Away.
Um, yeah, that's gonna be tough.
I'm happy to do either, but I have a lead on one.
Which one would you rather do?
I would rather do Up and Away.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
Yeah,
I love I Smart House is one of my if I was making a top five list, it would absolutely be in my top five. But
yeah. Oh yeah, no.
Up and Away would be in my top four. So that's
Yeah, no, I get that. I love um, Smart House so much. And again, I think, as we were saying in the last episode, that I think Smart House could make it all the way to the end.
yeah. This is a good looking list right here we got going on.
Mm-hmm. I like it. It's pretty good. So we have. Well, here, hold on. Let's go back to this really quick. So that is our decom list. While we're talking here, I'll have the whatever, the actual bracket like underneath us or something.
Mm.
So really quickly,
What's that? What's
okay.
that?
All right. So that is our bracket, and again, this will be the bracket will be underneath us in the video to anyone that's watching. Um, so I'm pretty stoked about it. Our first debate is going to be the Jet Jackson movie versus Wendy Wu Homecoming Warrior. Um, I think these debates are going to get more passionate than we probably expect them to be.
I think it could be. I think there's some that I'm really gonna be back in. That last one's gonna be a slugfest, Up and Away
Yeah, that would
versus
be
Smart
fun.
House.
Um, and the crazy thing is that that's only the first round. Like when we get to round two, where it's like, whatever wins between Smart House and Up and Away is gonna have to go against. Well, we can kind of reorder the episodes after round one.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
We got the actual first bracket, so that's good.
Yeah. And that is basically our episode list for uh round one. So again, like the first episode of the debate is actually going to be Jet Jackson versus Wendy Wu. The second episode is going to be Halloween Town versus Mom's Got a Date with a Vampire, which that's going to be a really fun episode. I can already like just I mean both those movies are just such fun ridiculous movies to begin with that trying to like argue those and everything, I could see that being really really silly. Um but so after this episode, we are going to take like a week or two break or something for like the holidays, and then when we come back, we are actually going to record face to face, and we're actually going to argue and debate face to face, which I think will make the the debates a lot more fun. Um, so that'll be exciting, kind of changing up things on the channel a little bit. Um, is there a movie or like a debate on here that you are like super excited for?
I mean, we got the Xenons. We got the Xenons versus your Lawrence brother films, and those are going to be awesome. Those are going to be awesome. I'm just excited to watch all these again too. I
Yeah,
mean,
watching these is gonna be super fun.
and that's when we're really going to be coming packed with the content, is once we're rewatching these things and they're going to be fresh in our heads, and it's going to be like, okay, okay.
Yeah.
um but yeah, dude, and then we got what, even Stevens, that's going against Don't Look Under the Bed. That one's going to be weird.
That yeah, that's just gonna be a really weird episode. More than more, more than anything else, that's just gonna be a super weird episode. Um,
Yeah. So I mean, my intention is I'm just gonna be coming to these things bullets,
oh yeah,
bullets on both movies, and just what good, what's good, what's not good.
oh yeah. I mean, I am. My plan is to talk a lot of shit about about some of these movies here, man. Like, um,
Yeah, I know you're gonna come at me hard with double teams.
oh dude, yeah. Oh my god,
It's gonna be a
double
double
teamed
team.
is not safe for
That's gonna
anyone
be
that
a double team. Even the title's not safe.
no.
This is just like, it's
Sounds
just,
like a fucking porno.
no, I know, jeez. Oh God.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
What's High School Musical going against again? What do we got that against?
High School Musical is going against Luck of the Irish.
Oh yes, yes. That one's gonna be an interesting one. I do like Luck of the Irish, but
That's yeah, that's gonna be tough because really, aside from the basketball stuff, there's not much else. Although the main character lineup is a little similar, but
they
otherwise,
got Luck of the Irish. They got they do sing at the end of it. They sing a few times in Luck of the Irish. Remember at the
oh
end they
yeah,
got the "This land is your land, this land is
oh
my
yeah.
land" going on.
Well, dude, I mean his little river dancing scene at the end is fucking amazing. So that's gonna be fun to argue for because he's fucking awesome. Um, yeah,
There's
I'm trying to think of. I think that.
who's that grandpa? That grandpa in Luck of the Irish was in quite a bit of stuff. That
Oh
guy.
yeah, he was like a really big actor. Like he was like a big character actor. I think like before the Dcom era. So
Yeah, yeah.
I'm trying to think what else. Johnny Tsunami and Brink, I think, is gonna be like similar to like Smart House and Up Up in a way. I think Brink and why do I keep and Johnny Tsunami are gonna be like really really intense ones because both of those movies are they're
At the
classic.
same time, though, at the same time, it's like I'm not going to be able to trash Johnny Tsunami. It's going to be really hard for me to trash Johnny Tsunami. And same with the other one. Brink, though, you could trash.
A little bit. The
No,
only thing you
I'll
could
be.
really like the only thing that you could really trash Brink on is that like it's a little corny, but otherwise, like, it was cool, dude. Like, I remember being a little kid and watching Brink and being like, man, I wish I was like part of the Pup and Suds team and everything like that.
Do you know do you remember Val on what's the bad guy? Why can't I think of their name? Team X Blade
Team
or
X Blades, I'm pretty sure. I just
something.
remember they had like the yellow jerseys.
Yes. Yes, Val's like the leader of that. Down the line of this man's career, he was on a season of Beauty and the Geek.
Really?
Yeah, do you know that show, Beauty
No.
and the Geek?
I mean, I've
Beauty
heard of it, but I've never watched it. No.
Oh, it was terrible. It was just like the show where usually the beauties were the women and then the men were the geek. But one season they decided to get progressive, swap it around, and have the beauty be the guy and the geek be the girl. And Val from Brink was the beauty. He would, like, for the
Oh my
season, like
god.
that was so basically it was just like an elimination game show. They paired up a beauty and a geek, and
Right.
then whatever challenges each week, and then yeah. So there was one season where yes,
Oh my
our
god.
fellow Val from yeah
It's
was
I mean, it's weird to kind of think about. Brink came out. Brink came out a long fucking time ago, didn't it?
oh nine. I mean probably 97, 98.
98. 98. Yeah, 1998. Um, like, I don't know. That's just crazy. It's gonna be really interesting because some of these movies that we haven't watched in a long time, I am sort of curious to see how they've aged. Like, I haven't watched Up and Away in years and
I know.
years and years.
Thinking about it, like some of those scenes seem like pretty bootleg.
Mhm.
Enough of it with the aluminum foil. I was just
Oh
thinking about that.
yeah.
I was like the whole plot behind Up and Away is absolutely ridiculous. The bad guys are like a green environmental company. Like that's like the whole thing is like they're environmental. Do you remember that?
No, I thought
That's
they were like corporate people.
They are, but it's like a corporate environmental thing, if I'm not mistaken. And they give you the discs were like about like recycling and shit. Like and so they gave them like the discs that like hypnotize their parents. Right? Isn't that? Oh, I'm pretty
I
sure this
think
is all
so,
that
yeah.
happens.
But what I remember two things. I remember that it was like the son like is having trouble getting his powers. Um because his parents were superheroes. And then I also remember like the bad guy. I want to say the bad guy was also like I think he was like in Entourage.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
I know which guy you're talking
yeah.
about. Yeah,
Like
I
he was like
can't
the
think of
bad
his
guy of
name,
Up
but
and Away, but I'm pretty sure he was in Entourage. So whenever I see him, I'm like, this is weird, man.
yes, yes, weird stuff. Yeah, and so all the superheroes, yeah, they were powerless to aluminum foil or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then the one kid, oh God, his goofy friend. It's a
Um,
whole can't wait to that's one I just can't wait to watch. And I'm pretty sure there's mad cameos aside from that dude from Entourage. I know
I
like the
think
dude's
so too.
grandpa. I think his grandpa is like a famous actor, if I'm not mistaken.
Hmm.
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Um, is there? I know I kind of asked this, but is there one specific movie, more than any of the others that, like one specific one that you're just excited to rewatch more than any of the other ones?
Honestly, Wendy Wu is definitely on the list for sure. Um, I just don't remember it very well, and for some reason I feel like it will hold up better than I remember even, to be
Okay.
honest. I feel like I'd have a different kind of appreciation for like a decom. Like again, I don't even but like some kind of um what is it, martial arts. a martial arts decom film, like I feel
Yeah,
like at this point in my life I can maybe respect it a little more than I was able to when I was
right.
younger. So
Fair enough.
same with
Um,
going to the mat as well. That one I'm
that
also looking forward to seeing again for sure.
that's probably yeah, going to the mat, even though I'm not fighting for it, is probably the one that I'm most excited to rewatch. It's also got Wayne Brady in it. Um,
Going to the mat, really?
yeah.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, like that. I mean, what am I arguing against the other me? Okay, well, the other me has a scene with Andrew Lawrence dancing in the school cafeteria to "Bring in the Noise" by NSYNC. So
Oh,
I do remember that. So
bring
that
in the noise. I thought you were gonna say bring the noise, a Public Enemy and Anthrax. I was like, no chance, dude. No chance.
yeah,
They got a decom with Public Enemy, Anthrax, bring the noise.
oh my god, that would be pretty fucking epic though. But no, they got NSYNC. So that's kind of fun. Um, but yeah, the episodes that I am probably most excited for, same as you, are probably the Lawrence brother movies versus the Xenon movies. Um, but yeah, so do you have anything else that you want to add before we kind of wrap this up?
Man, I think let the games begin. Let the tournament begin here. I'm looking forward to this.
Oh
So
yeah.
we're probably not gonna see anybody till the new year then, yes? 2023. Is that kind of the idea?
Yeah. So we're gonna take
Give us some time to really get everything going. We should post the bracket, get the
yeah,
bracket posted, get some stuff posted on the Instagram. We're gonna get the word out. The
for
word's gonna
sure.
be out. You're gonna tell your friends.
For sure. So yeah, so we'll see everyone probably on like the 4th. I'm guessing is probably when we'll record the next episode after the new year.
Sounds
Um,
good. For some reason, why does the fourth sound like something? But if it is, it'll be around the fourth.
yeah.
Either way.
So that'll be super fun and yeah, as you said, let's go. So see everyone after the new year. Peace out.